This new Young and the Restless twist revolves around a question longtime viewers always wonder. Can Victor Newman finally be beaten? For decades, storylines that involve Victor and Newman Enterprises tend to end the same way. Victor outsmarts everyone and his rivals are left licking their wounds. That predictability has created both admiration for Victor's dominance and frustration that he rarely, if ever, truly loses. But now, with Jack Abbott and Kane Ashby forming a fragile connection that could evolve into an alliance, the balance of power may be about to shift in a way that forces Victor into unfamiliar territory. At first, the storyline seems like more of the same. Victor accepts Jack's olive branch, which on the surface looks like peace between two men who have been enemies for years. Nikki, however, sees through it. She knows Victor too well, and she voices her concerns that her husband could simply be using Jack's truce as a weapon, that he'll lull Jack into a false sense of security only to double-cross him at the first opportunity. It's a valid fear, since Victor thrives on control and doesn't easily let go of grudges. But the more intriguing possibility here is that Jack could be playing Victor this time. Jack has learned from decades of being burned by Victor, and he may finally be smart enough to turn the tables. If Jack anticipates that Victor will betray him, then he could build a trap within the truce itself, setting Victor up for his own downfall. This is where Kane Ashby enters the equation. Kane has always been somewhat unpredictable, shifting between hero and schemer depending on the situation, and right now he's being pulled in different directions. On one hand, he knows Victor is not a man to cross lightly. On the other, Jill Abbott, Kane's longtime mother figure, may use her influence to nudge Kane toward siding with Jack instead. Jill has deep Abbott ties through Billy, and her loyalty often wavers toward family when push comes to shove. If Jill can persuade Kane that Jack offers him a better future than Victor, Kane could surprise everyone by turning away from Newman power and siding with the Abbotts. If that happens, Victor would be caught off guard. He sees Kane as a pawn to be manipulated or punished, not as a legitimate partner for Jack. A Jack-Kane partnership, bolstered by Jill's subtle guidance, could give Jack exactly the opening he needs to undermine Victor's usual strategy. Instead of Victor crushing Kane as planned, Jack could flip the script, using Kane's alliance as a shield and redirecting the blow right back at Victor. That would leave Victor defeated, at least temporarily, and force him into an uncharacteristic position of weakness. The larger point is this: if Victor does fall here even for a short time, it changes the tone of the show. For years, business storylines around Newman Enterprises have been predictable. Giving Jack and Kane a victory would inject fresh excitement, showing that even the mustache can bleed. Of course, no one expects Victor to stay down for long. If he loses, it will only fuel him to strike back harder. But even that temporary shift would be enough to shake up Genoa City and make the rivalry feel new again.